In keeping with the tradition of keeping traditions, I recorded an old song for this record, and instead of doing a spiritual, I did the greatest hymn ever written, "Hark the Herald Angels Sing," and just love it, just love it. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's hands down my favorite Christmas song. If you hear it in its entirety, if you only hear one or two verses, it bugs me. Let's be fair, Charlie Brown Christmas was the best Christmas program ever made. Okay, that's hard to say. Was it Rudolph, Frosty, Little Drummer Boy, Mrs. Claus, The Year Without a Santa, The Waltons' Christmas, The Simpsons Christmas special? I guess a cartoon. There's so many to choose from. Oh, which which Christmas Carol do we like? The first one, the second one, the musical, the animated Jim Carrey one. I don't know, but anyways, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Is that what I was talking about? Did I leave anybody out? This is going to be the one. I'm going to do 100 of these videos, and this is the one I'm going to get the email about. You left out da 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 da. So, anyways, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I recorded a really creepy version of it. I admit it. I love it. I couldn't resist. Sorry I butchered the song. Maybe one day I'll go back and record it straight. Never know. Might show up on one of my my gospel records I'm working on right now, so you never know. And I revisit one of my own songs, Itch, on the next song, Itching Me Softly. I couldn't resist. It's the song Itch, and at the end of it I sing a portion of Killing Me Softly. Get it? Itching Me Softly. Also, that's very provocative, and that was one of the album titles I thought of. I said, this would be a great name for a record, Itching Me Softly. But I turned Itch into a provocative dance tune. The background music came from a piece of a drum track that was used on a Divine song. I believe it was Jungle Jezebel. If you've never heard Jungle Jezebel, if you've never heard Divine's records, they're spectacular. They're absolutely spectacular. And if you could get a copy of Divine doing the Name Game, I'll pay $100 for a copy of that. Because I lost mine, and it's my favorite, and I can't find it anywhere. And of course, if you want to just donate it to my ministry, that would be nice, because you got this for free, cheap bastards. And Itch was the song I wrote about my sexual identity when I first became a Christian, and how I was so confused about who I was and what I was about, and I had mixed feelings about doing Itch. And I ended up recording it and titling the record Itch, and now re-recording the song because I wrote it from an anti-gay place. But I think the concept of struggling with our identity and being so wrapped up in our identity that that becomes our religion and our God, it doesn't change. Whether you're anti-gay or gay accepting in yourself, and now I turned it into a song you can dance to. I never really thought I would do that, and I wasn't sure if I was accidentally making fun of my own song by doing that, but I love how it turned out. But it was a bitch to do live. If you listen to it, I never come up for air. How did I record that? But you add moving around and playing with an audience, and I'm like, I have to like suck in air before I start the song and hope I have enough till I get to the chorus. But Killing Me Softly with his song, oh my gosh, one of the most beautiful songs from the 70s. So romantic, so heartbreaking, and what's really funny, it is about a girl that goes to see a singer sing, and what he sings about is the very essence of her soul. And what's so funny is I went to go see Iggy Pop in the 70s, and to put it in perspective, Blondie opened that show David Bowie played keyboards that night, and I remember wandering the hall, and there was one point where I was in the center of the hall near the stage, and I was just like, it was just me and Iggy. And I remember standing there, and he's like scratching himself and gyrating and flipping out and screaming, and I was like, wow, he's killing me softly with his song. And I knew that somehow, someway he was speaking to me. I was like, gosh, I was 13 years old, and having a moment with Iggy Pop. It was easily one of the most exciting nights of my life. I remember I hung out with Joan Jett that night, and it was spectacular, absolutely spectacular. And I just think it's funny because you hear Roberta Flack sing this beautiful song that Johnny Mathis killed. He destroyed it. He not only re-recorded it as Killing Me Softly with Her song, he titled a record Killing Me Softly with Her song, and then he comes out. What is up with that? What is up with that? If Johnny Mathis had just recorded Killing Me Softly with his song, that would have been classic. But we digress. It's one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard, and to add that as at the very end of Itch, saying, I struggled with this and I struggled with my identity, but then I saw this young boy singing in a bar, and it touched my very soul. I think I'm making quite a statement in Itching Me Softly. And but just in case I didn't make a big enough statement, the next song is Who Killed the Baby? Who Killed the Baby was the title track of a record that I recorded in the 80s that also did not get released. I think I've recorded way too many records that haven't gotten released. What is that about? But I own all these songs, so I get to go back and redo them. And I was going to title Love Me Forever, Who Killed the Baby. There we go. Now I remember what the title was. And I remember that. Who Killed the Baby was a record I recorded in the 80s, and I'm not the only one who thinks Marilyn Manson heard it and got some ideas. But God bless him. I love Marilyn Manson, even if he's a thief. But it's okay. I've stolen your drum tracks, dude. So go ahead, make my day. But Who Killed the Baby is about an adult child who self-destructs because of childhood issues that were never properly dealt with. And it's Who Killed the Baby? It's like who threw the baby out with the bathwater. And what I love so much about that song is that's the song that pisses people off, and they say, you sing songs about killing babies. Well, I do, and that's just not the one. That wasn't the Dead Babies song. And it is really inspired by Alice Cooper's Dead Babies, which is also not inappropriate at all. By the way, if anyone doesn't know, Dead Babies was about an incident where a kid got into the medicine cabinet and died from overdosing on mom's medication, and he wrote a song about it and was forever known as the guy who sang about dead babies. God bless him. I love Alice Cooper. So Who Killed the Baby was always meant to be an homage to Alice Cooper back in the 80s and now, and I think it has my best recorded vocal to date. I think it's my most rockinest song to date. That's the song that sounds like if I had it my way and I could do all my records screamy and punky, they probably all sound like that. So maybe one day when I get this gospel stuff out of my system, I'll go back and do a hardcore punk record, and maybe I'll redo Who Killed the Baby again. What do you think?